I said this as a joke, but obviously we have segued into the half pint here, so
It feels like it at
it's
least.
only fitting for those of
Oh,
you who
we had
don't
a half
already.
pint.
For those half wits that myself included that did not realize that we here we are. Welcome. Um, yeah. So now we've figured that out. That's nice. Thank you. That was surprisingly helpful information on a Tuesday. That's
That's why you brainstorm with friends.
exactly.
Occasionally useful, me.
Yeah. It's once a year, roughly. Yeah,
Exactly.
on
That's
average.
it. Don't ask me again. I've only got terrible ideas now.
Um, I, in lack of something else, I listened to our previous half pint in the car today, and I re-fell into the hole of the instant thermal receipt printer.
We're
Ah,
back there
Yeah,
again.
that
Yeah.
will end. But I realized I'm not going to automate it, so it's going to be a press to print. Because when I get up in the morning, I put on the coffee heater, and then if today I want the newsletter printed, I just press the button and it comes out by the time the coffee. Because then I don't have to take into account weekends or days I'm away or something, so it doesn't waste paper. Because I realized, although the paper is cheap, but printing a half a meter every day of a year became kind of expensive. So it's simmering in the back of my head. So
are you going to connect it up to one of those really big like emergency stop buttons?
yeah, I bought one of those, or to be honest, I bought two, but I only needed one for my table saw build. So it is like a huge oversized. You have a green button to start, and then it's the huge ass press here to emergency stop. So yeah, I have one of those. So it needs to
Nice.
be
You can
comically
just
large. Yeah.
so you can just in a sort of like a pre-caffeinated state rage, just smash this thing.
Yes. Give me some good news now. Yeah.
And joke of the day prints out.
And then it just prints the little book of calm. Ah.
Absolutely. What? I don't want any
But
rose water. I just want coffee.
but speaking about making, I have got new tools.
Oh,
Yeah. Now, full disclosure, I've had these tools once before, but I got rid of them. And then I instantly regretted that and I wanted them back. And my wife has had these tools her entire life. And whenever I need something done that needs those tools, I ask my wife to help me, but sometimes she's not there. And what we're talking about are nails. I'm notoriously at biting nails, and of course, every time I need to open a new roll of tape or whatnot, I'm of course now I got an X-Acto knife, so I'm using that. But I found a way to not biting nails. I tried this thing that you put on your nails that doesn't taste very well, but it's. I mean, I've learned how to like coffee, whiskey, and whatnot. I can very easily get a liking of any foul tasted fluid. So that didn't really help. But I last time I bought something at the craft store, I bought 5 millimeter wooden dowels for it's like not the ice cream sticks but the round ones for like kids to play around with, a huge bag of those. And when we were going driving to my mother's cabin, it's like, all right, I need something. Either I need something on my nails, or what is the problem? What is biting my nails? It's my mouth. So how can I keep my mouth occupied so that it can't bite the nails? I'm not a chewing gum person. So I took these wooden dowels and I just chopped them up in like 2 centimeter long bits, and I just put some of them in my pocket. And then, if anyone sees me in the car now, it seems like I'm smoking with my kids in the car. It feels very 70, and it's like I've never smoked before, but my mom and dad did, and of course and just by instinct I know how to hold it. So if you have something long and it's shaped like a cigarette, you're instantly on the two fingers. Or if it's a short stubby one, you do like the rolling tobacco, you like pinch it like this. So I'm sitting in the car cosplaying smoking with the kids in the back seat and just happy as a dodo that I'm not biting nails. And now I can see the fruits of that labor because I can actually peel tape for the first time in probably 20 years. And it's like,
Amazing.
yeah.
I would highly recommend, if you're enjoying that life and don't want to just keep on chewing random bits of wood, get yourself to a health food store and buy some. But it depends if you like licorice. Do you like licorice?
Yes.
Yeah, buy some licorice root. So it's kind of like a twig, but it has a faint taste of licorice.
That I will try, because I thought you were going to say just get licorice, and that won't work. Then I would be so fat that you couldn't get me out of the car within half a year. So, but
There
yeah,
is that. No,
licorice.
just licorice root,
Yeah,
dried
we
licorice root. It's chewing a twig, but it's taste of licorice.
yeah we have a store next to where I work actually who sells like more exotic vegetable and fruits and so on. They would probably have that. Yeah, pop in there and see.
Give it a go.
So a
That's the
wooden
thing,
dowel.
though.
As a reformed smoker,
Yeah,
I have.
but then again, of course me and KJ, we come from a country where snus, the chewing tobacco that you just put behind your lip, that's a thing. Um, and
Snuff.
then yeah, snuff.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
no,
And of course, by that you get the subculture, the people who make it themselves. So you can get the tobacco in a 5 kilo bucket, and then you get the salts and the flavors, and you can mix and match and make your own. And that got me thinking, though, because yeah, these wooden dowels, they are kind of woody, but you could probably soak them in various
Yeah.
oils, water with flavor, like marinating them. And it feels like a weird side project, but it would be fun to try. Okay.
yeah. This one is cherry flavor. This one's mint flavor. This one's LSD flavor.
I would really, I would really like to try the LSD ones, just not while driving though.
Maybe not whilst
Um,
driving. No, maybe
no,
save that one for a nice soft place.
I mean, having a wooden dowel in your mouth, is that like the grown up version of having a toothpick or a match, like
Like
yeah,
the
gummies.
cool kids in? But I mean, it is also the more grown up version of chewing on your pencil, and more healthy than. But you could, I mean, drill out the center and fill it with whatever, something tasty or something like that. If you want something,
Yeah.
get to the chewy center.
yeah. Because what
Is
I
that,
realized is I
is that an
bought
HB?
this.
No, it's THC.
I bought this package. It cost probably £2, and it had like 100 of these dowels, and you could cut each and one of those down to 4. So if you just get a decent packaging, and you could make a market for this, it's the markup on this are insane. So you could sell it as a nicotine substitute, nail biting, stopping thing about. Yeah, maybe this is the next Kickstarter.
I wonder what the dentist would say about that, but it's probably fine.
4 or 5 would probably approve.
Yeah.
They always do.
Yeah, speaking about commercials and tobacco, I mean, I don't know how it is in your countries, but in at least in Sweden, the tobacco sellers have really found how to advertise, because all the commercials start with, this product is aimed for people 25 and above. This is just for grown-ups, not for kids. And then they go into a whole spiel about their new tobacco that's flavored like candy, whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the perfect thing to get kids interested.
It's not.
You can't have this, you can't have this. Look how tasty it is.
It's not even allowed here. There's a total ban on cigarette and any nicotine based product advertising. Just you can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't
Same
matter
here.
in any medium. But
And
the kids still
it,
smoke.
Yeah.
and in Norway, they also did that. All the packaging are just gray. It's the same fonts and everything. So you really have to. You can't just take a look at the assortment and like, oh, that one looks color and shiny, and I want that one. They all look the same.
Mm.
But I think
Yeah.
it was Amsterdam. They said tobacco is illegal for anyone born after, and they moved the age limit every year.
Oh, right, I see.
So that means that if you're 85-year-old, you can smoke because the age limit is like 75, and then next year it's 76. So people who have been smoking their entire life can keep doing so because they are also getting 1 year older. So they're just following the age limit. At some point, they die off naturally or by lung cancer. But the younger generation, they will not be allowed to buy it. And I think that's a very
Yeah.
progressive way of doing law. You don't ban it overnight and then striking all the people who are already highly addictive, but you make sure that no new one can enter at the low end, and then just let time take care of the others.
Well, that is a sensible way of doing it, I suppose, but it doesn't get the immediate results that some people like. Yeah,
And no.
some people like to like that. You know, you said, we did, and so you said, and yeah, we will do, but it'll take a generation or two for it to work all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people don't like those long-term goals, do they? It's got to be now.
Quick fixes.
Yep,
Damn TikTok people.
yep.
So that's I'm guessing that it doesn't classify as making, though. I have been cutting dowels, so yeah, woodworking in some sense, I guess.
To eat them.
Yeah.
How much wood do you get in a day?
Never enough.
There's a gag in here about beavers as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Somewhere.
So- there's a joke in there somewhere. I know it.
There's a lot of them, and let's not go there.
Yeah. But yeah, Phil's photos. You is it YouTube fame that has made you be
Oh yeah, that
requested for
the Wye Valley and Forest of Dean Tourism Board.
That was not a mouthful at all.
No, well, they're two. It's one great big ancient forest which spreads over various geographical boundaries and countries. Half of it's in Wales and half of it's in England. But yes, no, I was contacted on Instagram randomly by an account which I don't follow, but I do now. Effectively saying we would like to do a feature. Obviously, it's not paid,
But you don't have to pay for it either,
but I don't have to pay for it
which
either.
could be a scam of that kind.
Yeah. Well, no, I've looked it up, and it is legit, and it's been done before with people who I know. So yeah, that's going to be coming out in June, I think, June or July.
Nice.
It's going to be a sort of like a short question and answer interview, little biography, and 10 of the best of the area, not just 10 best photos of somewhere else.
Just inside your workshop.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, you are good at taking photos, so I'm not surprised. But how does it feel that that you spend all of the year's love in 1 week?
I don't know. I think it's that old adage, isn't it? You know, the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yeah. I mean,
Might be.
sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's very nice. I don't know what's going to happen with it. Maybe something, maybe nothing at all. Don't know.
But it's nice to have a copy of that.
Yeah, it's nice to be asked.
Yeah. Someone in the real world actually recognized that I exist and
Yeah.
like what I do. That's nice.
Mm.
That is going back to why we do YouTube and that sort of thing. I mean, for us the internet is our refrigerator where we put the drawings that we made for everyone to look at. And I'm sorry if you have beer in that fridge and my drawings are in the way, but
No, it's all good and it's all fun. Most of the
that's the
time.
important part.
Absolutely. If you're not having fun, then just stop doing it.
There's a lot of other things you could be doing if you're not having fun.
So many more things. But yeah. Oh, sorry.
Are you turning into a pumpkin?
No, just very tired.
Well, not at all catching on that. No.
Yeah, like I said, it's been a hell of a week and it's only Tuesday. Yeah. And considering all that lifting of very heavy stuff today, I think I'm going to ache a lot tomorrow.
You're going to be an even older man tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Not just by a day, but
by about 10 years. Yeah. Nah, like I say, it's all fun. And all this heavy lifting puts things that people can use in the hands of people that want them rather than stuff being thrown away.
Will you be able to clean out the space before it's the deadline, or how?
I'm going to try.
But I mean, it's nice to get as much of it into new hands as possible, but it's not like you are stuck with cleaning out the rest.
No.
So you're just like, it's nice, whatever, but at some point someone else will come in and just remove it. So then
you can cherry pick all the good stuff.
Yeah. Leave the trash.
Yeah. Sort of 60 odd years of accrued, boxes of random screws.
It's not the first thing you take.
No. There's buckets of fittings and old spanners in sizes which just don't exist anymore.
I could just take this recording of what you just said, and that's gonna be my kids in 30 years. It's just buckets of bolts and old spatters, and yep.
That's it. They're gonna cherry pick through the good stuff and dump all the rest.
One bucket of straightened out nails to be reused at some point.
I was thinking about this. We were talking about last week about ridiculous things that were kept, and I was thinking about the podcast I've mentioned before, the Stationery Adjacent, and Stu was saying when he took over the house he lives in now, it was his father's house, and in the basement there was I think he said it was a tin or a tub, and on it was written "pieces of string too short to use." But I would definitely have a box like that.
Yeah.
This is good string, but it's too short for any kind of use. But I can't throw it away because it's good string.
But that being, It might have been it might be cruel. I'm not sure, but at that point you will be dead, so it doesn't really matter. But if you make a video where you cast a golden screw and then or a bolt, so it's a considerable size and weight to it, and then you just spray paint it with sink spray, and then just throw it in a bucket and just shove it under, like, yeah, I'm gonna make them go through every box and every bucket and every screw and weigh them, because somewhere he has hidden a golden something worth too much for us to throw it away, but we do not know where it is in this pile of rubbish.
Exactly. In
You
his
just hit with a scale and try to find the one bolt that is heavier than the rest, because
Yeah.
that's the golden one.
in his later years, when the insanity had really taken over, he smelted down all the family gold and silver and cast them into screws and threw them somewhere in the workshop. There's your inheritance. Go and find it.
Because you couldn't make a wooden screw that would actually work from gold. Could you? Maybe 18 carat? I mean, thinking
Yeah,
if you made some kind of furniture from it as well. So it's
Mhm.
the golden TV table.
yeah. I mean, if you use an alloy that's a bit harder, and you pre-drill the hole, and then it's just a decorative screw somewhere. Yeah, sure. So then is
Be like
the
Goldfinger's car. How did he smuggle it through? Because the car's made of gold.
yeah. It's like that old conundrum. This guy was going back and forth over the border, and every time they stopped him, his wheelbarrow was empty. But they knew he was smuggling, but they could never catch him doing anything. And it turns out he was smuggling wheelbarrows. So,
Big call for them,
yeah.
wherever he was going.
It sounds like we all want to go to bed instead of being here.
Yeah. I need to as well. I left two very awake kids. I mean, they were in each bed, and I read to them. And like, all right, are you going? "Ooh, why are you doing podcasts? Well, it's a Tuesday. You always do them on Tuesday. Yes, yes, yes. But what is a podcast? Well, it's a bit like a radio program, and like, yeah. But what is radio? Oh, it's like in the car when you put on radio and there's some talking and some music, and it's not the phone playing. Oh, that sounds boring. That's like that's the quote unquote from the 5-year-old. So yeah, but
I think we just
adults
found
like
our
to
episode
talk.
title.
Yeah.
That sounds boring. Beautiful.
Yeah. So it's time to go to sleep and see if they all emigrated into the master bedroom while I was away. So yeah,
Made a pillow fort.
yeah,
Yep.
it's been eerily quiet. So either they fell asleep or they are being very sneaky, and I know they can be. So there is. I'll give it a 50-50 chance.
Well, they are your kids, so
They have been quietly
Exactly.
causing absolute chaos upstairs.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I've been doing the cupboard work, so I did gather most of the tools to just carry them down into the workshop again. But there is mayhem. There is dry food on the floor, and clothing that needs to be folded. That's put on the table because it can't be on the floor because the dry food is there. There is tools. I did vacuum up the sawdust, but they need to make exceptional mayhem for it to stand out.
you're still the one who makes the most mayhem.
Yes, I'm the master mayhemmer.
Master Mayhemmer, yes.
So
end it.
just press the red button and end it.
That sounded very much doom and gloom.
Call me doom and gloom.
Just end it.
it. Push the red button.